Okay, let's see here. Okay, folks. I'm going to do a little video here. Hope I don't look too bad. I want to do a rehash, an update of what happened last night in Mesquite. So that y'all, there's some particulars that took place there that y'all don't know about. And I really feel need to be brought out. First of all, I would like to thank the local law enforcement, and I'm serious about that. They were awesome. They let us play. You ever watch a football game where on every play they throw a flag, and the game just gets ridiculous? You know, the game is actually being controlled by the referees. Well, law enforcement let us play, all right? Maybe some people didn't like that so much, but Jesus always invited controversy because light shines brightest against a backdrop of darkness, okay? So there's a lot of things that got out that didn't follow the proper protocol, and I know some people were upset about that. I'm not upset at all about it. You know, I gotta say, I'm outraged that the BLM even showed up there. You know, we got our patriots and the Bundys that are going through trial here in southern Nevada. Okay? Harry Reid says, now that the Bundy boys are locked up, let's go in and take that land. Let's make it a national monument. And here comes the BLM. I'm outraged, you know, that they would come back into southern Nevada after all they've done, the lives they've ruined, the lives they've taken. And they come back with a smile on their face, and they're so respectful, and they're so sweet, and they're so kind. I guess they offered us Vaseline before they bent us over. That's the way I look at that. That might be a little bit of a crude statement, but that's the way I look at that. You know, it was really, really amazing that you had about half of the people there were for this national monument. These are older people, quite a bit older people. I would dare say they're at the very least middle 60s, but probably more like the middle 70s on up. At least 70 and on up. And one gal there, she says she's a younger person though, but I'd say she's in her 40s, says, oh, we've been pushing for this for 15 years, and I'm so happy. So for 15 years, this group has been plotting and planning to steal the personal and private property of other people. These are nothing less than thieves. 15 years. Make no mistake about it. They know what they are doing. And they are perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine to use the BLM to steal private property for themselves. Or you could say the BLM is using them. Okay? And that's really what it is. They're just too ignorant, uneducated to actually see that. The level is not apathy from these people. This isn't apathy. This is something entirely different. This is greed, self-centeredness, outright theft. And they're grateful that the government is going to steal that land so they can go hiking, which they can do now anyhow. Or they could go sightseeing, or whatever that they can do now. They just don't want anybody else out there. They got theirs. These are retirees. So many of these people came from California. So they're Californicating Nevada. This is a despicable mindset that is deeply disturbing to me. And it comes in the guise of kindness and sweetness. And, you know, we just want to respect the land and preserve it for future generations so that everybody can enjoy it. That's how they put it across, all right? But that's not the outcome. That is not the ultimate outcome. And they know it. They absolutely know it. They want the BLM to cut those roads down. They want to restrict it as much as possible so they can go out there and have their eco-orgasm. Their eco-orgasm. Now, and these people make me vomit. They make me vomit, you know. There was one gentleman there, I use the term loosely. He fought in World War II. He had a cap on. He served on USS whatever. All right? Roger D. thanked him for his service. And this old fart said, I didn't fight for you, the likes of you. Now, he's right. He didn't fight for the likes of Roger D. He didn't fight for the likes of any American. He fought for the bankers. You know what? I hope you see this video, you old fart. You are an unintelligent, ignorant old man that fought a banker's war. You got duped in a false flag and you fought the banker's war. That's how unintelligent you are. Yeah. And speaking of Roger D., she did a wonderful job. She was very respectful. She never stepped out of line. She never spoke out of line. And yet, when it was all over and she was waiting to be interviewed, this local libtard woman, big woman, walks up and slaps her in the back of the head, and as Roger D. turns around, she's flipping her to the bird. She goes, this is what I got for you. This is the kind of people you're dealing with. You know, the very respectful, you know, kind, loving, compassionate libtard. Baloney. Baloney. They're the most militant people on the face of the earth right now with their friggin' protests and all this other crap that they're putting on. No, that was assault. And if Roger D. wants to press charges, I witnessed it, and I'll be there for her. Let's getting back to this this meeting. Yeah, it got exciting. You know, I had my piece to say, and I said there's a lot of things that a lot more that I really wished I could have said. Time was restricted. Everybody wanted to have their piece to say, and for the most part, people got to say their piece. There was some complaints, some criticism for the people that I was with and along that wall, which would have been, if you walk in the room, it would have been the far wall. Those people, we didn't start this banter, this out of line banter. But it was triggered by the other side. They had their ignorant, rude comments to say while we were speaking. Well, I guess they expect they're not going to get it back. Nobody's going to say anything back to them. All right? And it was very insulting. I had my right to speak. I got up and spoke. I hadn't spoken out of line. And this Nancy Pelosi wannabe down the front row with the wild, crazy blonde hair sticking out all over the black roots. And you know who I'm talking about, lady. Oh, she goes, you should be in jail. Okay? She interrupted me. All right? So let's get all that straight. They triggered that whole thing. They started interrupting us with their rude, snide comments for laughing at us. Ken Rhodes got up and he tried to explain that the BLM is a foreign corporation. Oh, they laughed. Said, oh, you're wearing a tinfoil hat too. This shows how ignorant, uneducated, unintelligent these people are. They live in a friggin' self-centered bubble. It's all about them. They could care less about their children and their grandchildren that are going to be out of jobs if we don't have the natural resources to draw upon. They don't care about my children, my grandchildren, or anybody else's children or grandchildren. They only care about their worthless, self-centered lives. They do nothing for this country. Okay? Except for take up oxygen. That's all they do. Another good point that was brought up is Gold Butte. I bet you all didn't know they doubled the size of the actual Gold Butte. Oh, to take in the entire Bunkerville Mountain. Yeah. Everybody thinks, oh, they're going to preserve the Gold Butte. No, it's not Gold Butte. It's the entire Bunkerville Mountain, plus the original Gold Butte. See, this is what happens. You give the BLM 1 inch. You give the federal government 1 inch. In this case, they took thousands of square miles. Gave them 1 inch, they took thousands of square miles. Okay. Again, let's get back to the criticism of some of the people that were there that were for the Bundys. You know, these people lead themselves. They don't have any leaders. They have a vested interest in this country. They have a vested interest in their families, and they're going to do whatever it takes to fight for the right. Okay? This goes all the way back to the original Bundy Ranch standoff. Those people, those 1,500 to 3,000 people that showed up, nobody told them to show up. Nobody said, hey, I'm a leader, come on out here. Nobody did that. They took it upon themselves, rightly so, to defend their best interests. When they saw what was going on, you know, the tasing of Ammon, throwing Margaret Houston to the ground, seeing what happened to Davy for taking a picture, they understood that if the government is allowed to do that to them, they're next. They are next. Okay? The people that went there and stood up for the Constitution of the United States, who stood up for the rights of everybody in this country, need to apologize to nobody. And I, for one, apologize to nobody. Okay? Glad I got that out. Now, I'm going to tell you just how disgusting some of those people were and are. They're there. One of the speakers was Jeanette Finnegan. She did a wonderful job. She's articulate. She expressed herself. And she was getting ready to leave. Actually was walking out. And this guy called her a piece of trash. That's not quite the right word. He says, sister, and you also are a piece of trash. I think that's awful close. Here's the thing that bothers me. He called her sister. You know, that's a Mormon community for the most part. I dare say the majority of people there were Mormons, which goes to show the big division within the Mormon community. I'm going to venture to say that this man that called her trash was a member of her own faith. If I'm wrong, I hope somebody shows me I'm wrong, because I would really like to be wrong about that, but it's very rare that you hear the average person call somebody sister or brother in a Mormon community if they aren't Mormon themselves. That was despicable. That was disgusting. That was a low-life thing. And buddy, you are so lucky that my friend Ted didn't take your face off on that. You are really, really lucky. Again, I'm going to close off here. I want to thank the local law enforcement. They let us play. They were very respectful. I think they know what's going on. 2 years hasn't been that long ago, and they saw what the BLM did to their town. So I think they were actually on our side. Okay? All right. God bless everybody. And we will talk again.